Aloha. For today's meditation, we'll be focusing on releasing tension back into the earth. So take a moment to find yourself comfortably seated. For this meditation, it really does help if you have a seat as opposed to lying down. So if you need to, take a moment and pause and go grab a chair or a set of pillows, whatever you might need. So as you find your comfortable seat, check that your spine is neutral. You can even take a moment to wiggle the shoulders, maybe ground the sits bones. And while lifting tall through the crown of the head, allow the lungs to expand fully with each inhalation. That tall spine will allow your breath cycle to be even and steady. Feel free to lean back against a chair or a wall if you're seated on the ground. So as we find this tension release meditation, we're going to move our hands into a different position than we normally do. We'll extend our arms out to the side, and then spreading the fingers, allow the fingertips to start by resting on the ground. Notice your fingertips, all 5 on each side, spread apart from their neighbors. And feel the contact of your fingertips with whatever surface you're seated upon. We'll continue to maintain a nice, tall, long spine. And our arms just simply extend outward from the shoulders all the way down to the fingertips. And from here, we'll start to lift the fingertips just a centimeter or so above the earth. Now, at any time, if your arms get tired, you can rest those hands back down. But giving that little bit of space between the fingertips and the earth gives us just a little bit more space to release what we're releasing. If you're attuned to the earth's energy or vibration, maybe you start to feel that energy in your fingertips. Even though you're not touching the earth or the ground any longer, you're feeling the energy exchange between you and this planet. If you don't quite feel that energy exchange, that's okay. You can leave those fingertips touching if that helps, or just let them float just a centimeter above the earth. So we've all experienced tension and stress at least once in our lives. And unfortunately, that tension or stress likes to solidify itself in our bodies. It likes to hang around. So we're going to spend the next few moments releasing that tension from our body. There's lots of forms that tension can take. Sometimes it's in the form of joint pain. Sometimes it's muscle aches. It's often physical, a stiff neck, a sore knee. Sometimes that tension stores itself more as psychic pain. It doesn't matter what form the tension takes in your body. I want you to imagine finding tension in your body, just noting where it is. We're not judging it. We're not judging the source, the outcome, or any reason behind that tension. We're just acknowledging that it's there. And start to imagine this tension as a thick, almost smoke-like presence in your body. It resided in your body for a reason. And we're going to start releasing that tension we're going to start releasing it from our body. And as we do so, we free up space. Space for movement, space for silence. So find that thick, cloudy substance in whatever spot, in whatever form you feel it in. And imagine that tension starting to move towards your shoulders. Maybe it's already at your shoulder. And from that shoulder joint, it's going to start creeping out the arms, down the arms past the elbow, to the wrists, maybe out to the very tips of the fingers. And you start to feel that tension. It's just a form of energy like anything else. Release itself back into the earth. And in the earth, that tension is renewed. It's recycled into something else. A new form of energy. We're not throwing it away. We're not wasting it. We're taking that energy and allowing it to leave our body, to leave space for something different, and for that tension to become recycled into something new. So with each breath, scan the body, find a place of stuck energy, and allow that energy to start to form that black, cloudy, inky substance that migrates away down the arms and out the fingertips to be recycled into the earth. At any time, if your arms become fatigued, you rest them down. Our spine stays long and our breath remains steady as we locate, as we renew, and we release. The tension in our body is not bad, it's not good, it's just there. But as we release it, again, we create space. We create openness. And maybe we find that joint or that muscle a little bit more comfortable than when we sat down. With each breath cycle, we release the tension. We release that inky, dark, cloudy substance. Take the hands and just shake them a few times, letting go of any remaining bits that might be hanging onto your fingertips. And then take your right hand across to your left shoulder and running down the left arm a few times with that right hand. Release and pull any little bits that are hanging on. And then do the same with the left side across to the right, reaching down along that arm, pulling the tension out and away. And then let's flick those fingertips just a few times, flicking them, maybe rubbing the hands and flicking, even shaking the wrists if that feels good. And then we'll take the hands back to whatever mudra or hand position your body likes, where we'll spend the next few moments simply in breath, in quiet. I invite you to return to this tension release meditation whenever and wherever you need to. It only takes a moment to locate, to release, and to breathe. Namaste.